So in this video, we're going to go back to grabbing our sample file, and we're going to change this format so it matches the data warehouse. So if I look in this table and go design, you'll see the data that got extracted had a first name and a last name and an ID. If I now go to the data warehouse client table, I have got just a full name. So I need to change that so it matches before I can actually insert it into there. So to do this, if you just open up Excel, and then we can grab that data by doing a new query from file. This may change. It may be under the get external data from files. So it just depends on the version of Excel you have. So I'm going to go get query in CSV file because that's what we extracted. Find that file, which should be on the desktop under our folder. So that's our Microsoft CSV file here. And then import that. And this is loading PowerQuery, which is a transformation tool. So you can transform the data to suit the format that you want. So when it's loaded, you'll see here you've got a queries, and that's our client one that we've just loaded. It also saves it over here. And then it automatically finds the source of where we got it from. It's done things for you, like you can see here, it's got columns here, and it's called what they call promoting headings, and it's put them up top there, and it's done a data change as well. I'm pretty sure that one's been converted. So now what we want to do is change that to full name so it matches the database. So there's two ways you can do it. You can go into the add column and actually do a merge columns, or you could just transform the existing one. So if you select both of them, and then there will be a transformation one that's in here, but just because I've got a small screen, it's hard to see. So I'm just going to do the add column one so you can see both, and merge columns. And that there is going to ask you what your separator is. But first, actually, let's just change it and reverse it. So we have first name and last name. And now do the merge columns. And the separator I want in here is just a space for first name and last name. And I do actually want to rename it. And I've called it full name. And you can see the add column one will actually add a new column, where if you did it under transform, it would have just done and merge these two together. So you can see now we actually have an extra column. So one thing I like to do is say and rename this what it is. So rename merge full name, so I know actually which ones happen. So I could delete these, but I'm just going to leave them for now. So you can right mouse click and actually remove, move, and here this is remove here, and you can actually duplicate that column and other things as well. So I'm just going to leave it in to show you the point for the next session. So now I have my client ID and I have my full name, which I need for the other one. So to exit that, you just go save and load, and that's going to load it back to the Excel spreadsheet. One last thing I like to do is just rename this sheet, just so you can match it, and if you want to, you can get rid of extra sheets. It's not compulsory, but it just makes it easier. So now I'm just going to close that. I'll probably ask to save it. And once again, just to keep it tidy, I am actually going to put it on the desktop again under my folder. So I'm just going to call this clients. So it's the Excel workbook for the next stage. And now I've got my Excel for the CSV before it was transformed and after it's transformed. So the next video I'll show you how to load it back into the data warehouse.